This is a 1959 Chevrolet Apache. I'm gonna take it for a quick drive and show you around. Got this truck from a guy who takes great pride in mechanical restoration. So he went through this truck, tuned it up, dialed it in. Got the brakes working perfectly. It steers nice and straight. I meant to show you, I usually do my little finger test. Goes into reverse easily. Even the emergency brake works. Put that on. All the gauges work properly. See that? Temperature gauge is starting to go up. It does have, I think when you turn that amp gauge on, it goes up too. Really nice sounding exhaust. Seeing some humidity. It's a cold Georgia day. Not as cold as some of you guys probably watching this video, but nice smooth running engine. Turn this off. So actually, let me go ahead and go back to the outside. Just did an engine detail, so there's a little bit of smoke coming off the exhaust manifold while we put the calyx on there. So here you have it. And man, I really love the look of this truck. It's super cool. So when we got this truck, it had a couple of rust spots. We cut out, welded in some new steel. And it was red, and I had seen a couple of trucks like this at some shows, and so I told my painters, I said, let's go for this kind of rat rod black and red look, which I really love. And intentionally left some sanded down to bare metal, left some of the bare metal to get a little surface rust on it. Actually, overall, the body on this truck's pretty straight, not awesomely straight, but you know, this is kind of that rat rod look. And what you can see is we put a satin finish paint on it, went back and sanded through. And when you do that, it does dull out the satin where you sand. The right way to do this is to finish it off with one last coat of satin clear when you're all the way, when you've got the entire patina ready. What I did is I left that off. I did not do the final coat of satin patina or satin clear, because what I'm thinking is the next guy may want to patina a little bit more. I was very tempted to do a little bit more of a patina to it. But I held off and I said, I'm going to let the next guy who buys it put as much patina as he wants to in it. So when you're done, you can come back. You see how it's faded around here? That's from sanding that so we could get that red through. Shoot the satin clear on it when you're done, and the whole thing is going to look like this. It'll eliminate that look. So like I said, a few spots here, a few spots where there was some dents. Now this is like an old shop truck, old farm truck, so it's got a few imperfections on it. But really, actually, pretty minimal rust. One thing I love about this truck is brand new oak wood bed, and it looks just phenomenal. Beautiful, beautifully done. So these are the spots right here, from about here down to here, right all through here. This was rusty on both sides. We cut that out, welded new steel in, and my body guy's a good guy, did a real good job on that. These are actually the original wheels. They were cut and widened to 10 inches. So they still hold the original hubcap, which is awesome. And they've got new tires. Interior is in really presentable shape. I'm not crazy about it when the guys do this, but it was done already. So it does have the 6x9s in the doors, and it does have a CD player in the dash. Not my favorite thing, but it's not a difficult thing to fix. You can buy the patch panels. Another thing to do too is to recess the speaker behind the door panel and actually put a custom door panel over the top of it to hide it. That's a great way to do it as well, and I've done that a few times on some trucks trying to eliminate that speaker cut. So the truck drives out well, steers well. I was gonna say, I couldn't remember if the horn works. Let's turn it. I do know one thing. You put on the electric wiper kit. Like I said, the guy that I got this from was really big into making things mechanically reliable. And actually, the guy I got this from only has one arm, and you should have seen him moving around this truck faster than me. So aftermarket late model bench seat with a tear in the seat here. I really like the red on red, and I'd probably have a upholstery guy recover this in red. But I do like the fact that it's got the 3-point GM harnesses in it, or I'm sorry, seat belts in it with the seat belts. And it's actually got a third seat belt for the center. I just didn't pull it through, but it does have one underneath. Go underneath the truck real quick and show you. A little bit of rust in the inner cab corners, and this is not unusual to see this rust along this pillar. Other than that, the step ups look good. Here's your original floor pans. You can see some spots of that actually is old undercoating right there. So all just surface rust. And these original floor pans, you can see, I always think the best way to look at them is from underneath. See how nice and clean they are. So backing up to the rear of the bed, you can see there that the step up there is in good shape and rust free. Frame rails, of course, are nice, solid, and rust free. There's your front inner fender well as I'm laying down on the ground. Same thing, solid all the way around. Just want to show that to the front. That's your front inner fender well. This was the step up I showed just a minute ago. And this is what impressed me about this truck. Even though the body, it's got a few spots that are beat up and there was some rust in it. It really is not a rusty bucket truck. This is a really cool truck with the perfect truck to me for making a truck like this, a patinaed style, rat rod style kind of a truck. Here's your fender wells. I mean, oftentimes these are rusted out at the bottom. These are nice and clean. A little bit of rust holes here in the bottom of the cab corner on the outside. You can see some filler was put in there years ago. Bottoms of the doors are in good shape. Same thing. Actually, this step up over here is a little bit cleaner than that one was on the other side. Original floor pans in great shape. Very consistent truck from underneath, from bumper to bumper. Very consistently clean. Very minimal rust. And honestly, for me, probably with a truck style like this, not a truck I would try to fix, you know, all this stuff, but instead leave it for character. Glass is in good shape. Windows roll up and down. I don't see any cracks in the glass. Got original windshield and original vent. When you look closely, you'll see some of the bubbles. I really like that. It adds character. The windows roll up and down pretty easily. Hinge pockets are in good shape. And you can see across where I showed you across the bottom, you know, that step up is a normal place to see some rust. Bottoms of the doors are actually pretty solid. A little bit of surface rust in there, one little hole there, but other than that, actually all the way at the very bottom, nice and solid. This one actually has working turn signals, lights work. Here's the bottom of the door on this side. And your nice clean hinge pockets. So there you have it, 1958 Apache, and really cool rat rod style truck. I think somebody's gonna enjoy.